All right. And make sure these are on right. Okay. So, real quick, um, I am back in the Seattle area after a long 2 weeks of family visits, boucherie visits, pretty much anything that I needed to do to record some video footage for you guys. So I got a lot to go through, and it's going to take some time. But I figured one of the things that I wanted to just touch on real quick is I got a chance to go to Avery Island. Avery Island is where they make Tobasco. The McElhenney family owns the Tobasco factory, and I've got some great drone footage of that, and as well as some other cool things that will be in the final video when we actually get it produced. But one of the things that I wanted to do that I didn't really have an opportunity to do when I was there was actually an episode. There's a lot of reasons for it, technical reasons, but this was one of the things that I didn't get around to on my visit. And I'm sorry about that. Just kind of things happen that way sometimes. But I did want to share with you something that happened when I was at the Tobasco plant. Besides flying the drone around and getting some awesome aerial footage, the drone, which by the way I crashed earlier this week, it's a whole nother story that David and I'll talk about, I'm sure. But I did manage to. I like going to places. When I was a wine drinker, I lived outside of Napa, and I would go to Napa frequently to try wines that were only available at the winery. Those are typically the higher priced wines. They're the reserves, they're the ultra limited releases, you name it. They have that stuff. But Tabasco, believe it or not, has that as well. And so I managed to get my hands on a couple of their flavors that I wanted to share with you, just because I got the munchies right now. My time zones are all screwed up. So I wanted to first go through that. Now, one I did find online. The other hot sauce from Tabasco I did not find online. So I'm not even sure, unless you go to Avery Island, if you're even going to be able to get these. They said that you could order them online, but I had, like I said, I haven't seen it. So first things first, this is the Family Reserve. Now let me switch over to me. Sorry, still kind of getting my bearings here on the studio. There we go. So this is the Family Reserve. Now you don't see this outside of the Tabasco factory, and for good reason. It is aged an additional 8 years in the barrels and then mixed in with vinegar as the last step of the process. So it is, by far, it has a lot more character to it because of the acidity content in Tabasco. You're going to see that this stuff just doesn't really go bad that easily. Now, I'm sure if you've seen Tabasco like on a kitchen table or a table at a restaurant, it's oftentimes, especially if it's low, it's kind of brown. That brownness is the oxidation, and generally speaking, you want to avoid oxidized anything unless you're using OxyClean. But other than that, you don't necessarily want it in your hot sauce. So this is a fresh bottle. You can see it's $12. So it's significantly more expensive than the standard Tabasco sauce. But that's okay because it's actually pretty good. So this one has, let's see here. I'm gonna put my readers on. I should probably do this ahead of time, but okay. So, of course, it says shake well. It says limited edition family reserve sauce uses only the finest peppers grown on Avery Island, and they're aged for up to 8 years. So, and it says for the ingredients, this is the best part about Tabasco. For ingredients, it is white wine vinegar, red pepper, and salt. And that's it. So that's the beauty of this, is that there's no additives, there's no anything. So this particular one I just tried with a chip. I'm gonna, sometimes you can do this like at Tabasco, and I'll mention this in the real episode that we do. But at Tabasco, they provide you with those little tiny, like index finger length twist pretzels, and you're supposed to put the hot sauce. They've got I want to say it's somewhere around a dozen hot sauces that are there. So it will be lots of different flavors you can get out of what they have to serve just there. But that said, this is one that they did have, and I tried it, and it's different. I'm just going to dab some on my hand because I don't want to be crunching chips in front of you guys. Now, this one, the color is a bit more, well, I don't know if you can see it here without it running off. Yeah, well, let's see if I get my eyes. You can see. There it is. See, it's kind of a browner color. There's a reason for that. Well, it's oxidized a little bit, but the complexity of this flavor is insane. There's definitely the white wine vinegar notes that are in there at the end. It has more heat than Tabasco does. So if you're kind of going, well, Tabasco's not that strong. Well, first of all, just so you know, I'm not a burn your face off kind of guy. I like hot stuff. I like spicy stuff. But if it's going to be where you have more than, say, one, well, not one Scoville, but I forget what the term is. But if you have a lot more going on than you would normally want to have, and something, you just want the simple flavor profiles to come out with this sauce, and that's what it does. Does it really well, actually. So that is number one, and then number two, I found this one pretty interesting. Okay, so this one comes in a different, it's like a, I don't know, like a squeezy bottle. All right. And this one, red pepper, water, vinegar, salt, garlic, spices. This does have xanthan gum in it to keep it from separating. And then Tabasco. So they call this the red jalapeno sauce. Now, looking through Tabasco's website, I did not find any reference to this stuff. So this may be something that you can only get at Tobasco. But that said, if you live close by, well, I mean, nobody really lives close by to Avery Island. Most people, even if you live in southeast Louisiana, it's kind of a haul. But they have, for sure, they have this stuff there, and I want to say it was pretty spendy too. It was probably for this. What this is a. Doesn't even say the volume amount. It just says it's batch 2. But yeah, I don't. Okay, it says I can look up here. I can look and see when it actually was printed. I think I can. Best by 7/20/25. Okay, so in any case, if you can find this stuff, this is the red jalapeno sauce that they have. Get your hands on it. It's good. It's really good. The best way for me to describe it would be like a Mexican sauce. I mean, that's the best way to think about it, is that it's a lot like a Mexican sauce. So let me go back to me here. There we go. And this would be great on, I would say, tacos, burritos, anything, any kind of Mexican dishes. This stuff would be good to try. And, it says red jalapeno sauce, but according to this, there's no jalapeno in it whatsoever. So, or at least, they've got spices or red pepper, but I mean, anyway, I don't know. Who knows what's going on over there on Avery Island, but I thought it might be fun just to kind of put those out there. Like I said, I'm getting a little bit hungry, so I wanted to dive into these and see what they tasted like. So that's it. I just want to do that. Now, David and I will be covering all of the things that we recorded, we talked about. Of course, there's the boucherie, and my computer is going through the motions right now, getting all the files imported and stabilized. So it's going to take a little bit of time, but happy to be back. Really happy to be back, actually, because this is going to give me and David both an opportunity to kind of carry things on to the next level. Still didn't get all the things that I had hoped for in terms of the film footage. Like I said, I went down and visit my family. And so when you visit your family, especially your mother, you tend to want to spend time with them. Then, I went to New Orleans, and there was one day I went in New Orleans, and I never actually made it into the city. I went all around it, but I never went into the city. So anyway, there's a lot of family things that I did, and I'm excited about sharing with you guys all the content that we have. So that's it. Now moving forward, look for us to be doing all of our shows on YouTube, right? So whether it's something that we've recorded prior or it's something that we're doing live, it will be only on YouTube, all of our video content. So you need to go over there. There's a link on the Facebook page if you're watching this on Facebook. We're getting rid of using Facebook for video, mainly because they're making so many changes in the background that we don't have control over. And frankly, I feel like YouTube's a better platform for us anyway. So look for us there. Make sure to subscribe. That's different than liking and subscribing or following or whatever on Facebook. You need to go over there, because that way it does two things. Number one, when you subscribe or you like, that lets YouTube know that you like this kind of content. When you subscribe, it also we'll let you know when we have new material available. So the first few episodes that we end up doing will be largely ones that we record ahead of time, and then we'll publish for you. So just be on the lookout. I don't think we'll have too much this weekend. We might, but even if we don't, you're going to see a lot of material coming out throughout March and April. So, all right, guys, that's it. Thanks for popping in on a quick live. It was good to, like I said, it's good to be back and kind of sitting in my studio again. So I'm ready to rock and roll and bring you guys some really cool video material. So until then, we will just see you here on Facebook or on YouTube. And remember to make that switch over on YouTube so that you can get notified when the content is available. All right. Thanks a lot. Take care. We'll see y'all. Bye.